The
Yep.
first thing, you know, these sessions are all recorded, right?
Yeah, we are going to record all each and every session.
Okay, and also because I was trying to, on my active sessions in Tech HME Cloud, I don't see
Mhm.
them, so they will be uploaded at the end, or how is it like?
No, 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 no. This is applicable. Like, I'll share you the recording via Google Drive, right, that you can download it and put it for permanent.
Oh, okay, okay. So how about whatever the Teach Me Cloud, there is an active courses, and in that, if I select VMware, I don't see anything there. So that is not how it's going to be, or
No, some courses are available, but all the courses are in Hindi. VMware courses that I uploaded in my mobile application, so are
okay,
in Hindi, right?
okay, okay. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, like I can understand bits and pieces of Hindi, but not completely. So,
Understood. No problem.
so, what is your name?
Manjeet.
I did not get you.
Manjeet. Manjeet.
Manjit. Oh, okay, okay.
Yes.
Hi, Manjit. Yeah. So I'm sorry, I did not ask your name. Yeah.
Okay, so in VMware, basically, these are all points that we discussed so far, right? We
Hmm.
talked about the ESXi, the work of ESXi, how many
Hmm.
methods we have to access our ESXi host,
Okay.
prerequisite,
Hmm.
minimum hardware requirement. These are
Okay.
all points that we discussed so far. The basic part that we completed,
Yeah,
right?
I understand it. Yeah. Okay.
Like we have a three different method that we can use to access our virtual machine.
Hmm.
Uh, like access our ESXi, not virtual machine,
Hmm.
DCUI, web client, PuTTY terminal, right?
Yeah.
And we talked about the work of DCUI, why we need to use this particular, why we need to access our virtual machine with the help of this particular portal. So lots of activity that we discussed so far.
Okay.
Web client, as per the name suggests, the work of web client means you are going to take the RDP, you are going to
Yeah.
access your ESXi in the format of GUI,
GI. Yeah.
right? In
Yeah.
case of GUI, right? In case of
Yeah.
uh, 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 GUI, like we are able to perform all the tasks, virtual machine creation, managing storage, managing share
Hmm.
storage, and configure any kind of network like a standard switch or distribution switch that you are to manage. So with the
Yeah.
help of this particular portal, we can do that. This particular option, we can do that.
Hmm.
And PuTTY terminal is basically whenever we access our virtual machine, our
Hmm.
ESXi using the PuTTY terminal, it will give us option to execute the command. While
Okay.
executing the command, right? While
Hmm.
executing the command, you can manage all the things like maybe virtual machine is not working properly, storage, we are facing some issues with storage.
Hmm.
So like we can manage with the help of CMD command line interface.
Okay, so any VM that is hosted on this ESXi host having an issue, then we can manage using this one using CMD.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Correct. We can do that. Apart from this, in previous class, we successfully set up our virtual machines related tasks. Means what are the point that you need to keep in your mind to set up our virtual machine? We
Hmm.
created one virtual machine,
Hmm.
and our responsibility we should know about the options which are available in the virtual machines properties, right?
Okay.
Storage, adding, network management, and
Hmm.
IP address management. Lots of activity that we can manage.
Okay.
I have already installed one ESXi host, and in the ESXi host, we are
Hmm.
going to establish our virtual machines, right? We are going to
Okay.
set up our virtual machines.
Okay. When it comes to the lab, how am I going to access the lab? So, is there any setup that I have to, or I have to manually install something on my laptop?
Okay, may I know the laptop or desktop that you're using, which is like I just wanted to know about the configuration, RAM and processor.
Okay. So right now I'm using macOS. Will that be compatible or how to use go to a Windows laptop?
May I know the configuration of your Mac computer?
Yeah, just a second.
RAM and processor.
Sure, 1 second. Uh, it is 8 GB RAM, 8 GB memory.
Okay. For virtualization, I don't think especially for the ESXi host and vCenter server,
Hmm.
um, for 8 gig is space not enough, right?
Okay.
Minimum, like you need to use 32 GB of RAM or 24 GB of memory with
Hmm.
SSD and
Yeah, so I
Core
have an
i5 or
SSD.
Core i7. Hmm.
Yeah, SSD I have. Okay, in that case, then maybe I have to get a new one. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, so I'll just make a note of it so that during by the next class, I'll try to have one laptop. And
Yeah, exactly. Because in case of making a kind of installing our vCenter server, it will consume lots of space.
okay.
And without vCenter server, we are not able to perform all the tasks. All the
Oh yeah,
services basically contained by the vCenter server.
yeah, yeah.
So we must need to use high configuration based machine, right?
Hmm. Yeah. I need at least 32 GB RAM, right? That is what you mean to say.
Definitely. In 32 GB of machine, you are able to perform all the tasks.
Okay.
Two
And
ESXi and one vCenter server, one domain machines required.
okay. And also, do I need to have how much SSD should I have?
If you proceed with 512 or 1 TB SSD enough.
1 TB. Okay.
Hmm. So let me help you to understand about what are the points, what are the resources that we are going to use, means how many types of virtual machines we need to create
Hmm.
to set up our VMware environment.
Okay.
VMware setup. We are going to establish just like the production environment, means
Hmm.
minimum two ESXi host required.
Yeah.
ESXi
Got it.
host 1, ESXi
Hmm.
host 2, right?
Okay.
Both ESXi should be connected directly to the vCenter server, right?
Okay.
These ESXi are directly connected to the vCenter server.
Okay.
Number next. One
Hmm.
more resource that you need to configure, which is ADDS, right?
Hmm.
You should establish domain machine. Domain machine on maybe Windows Server 2019 or
Hmm.
Windows Server 2022.
Okay.
We are going to set up two share storage, minimum two
Hmm.
share storage required.
Yeah. This is
Share
yeah.
storage, right?
Yeah. This
One
is called
and
vSAN, right? Like header.
vSAN is a logical tool that we can use
Okay.
to manage our storage. You can say that
Uh-huh.
SAN storage, storage area network.
Standstill. Okay. Okay.
And these storage must be associated with our both the ESXi, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Means the number of virtual machines that we are going to create in future, your
Hmm.
virtual machines file always contained by share storage,
Story. Yeah.
VM files. Okay.
VM files. Yeah.
Okay. Now, the another important part, like apart from this, um, lots of tasks that you can perform with the help of share storage and by using this particular setup. In this
Mhm.
case, we can manage both network in the sense. In the VMware, we have a two different way to establish our network. One
Mhm.
using standard and another using DB. Is that correct?
Distributed. Okay. Yeah. Standard
Distributed switch and
switch.
standard switch.
Standard switch. Yes.
Next, you can set up cluster.
Yeah.
And in the cluster, you will find the option of HA,
Yeah.
DRS, fault tolerance,
Yeah.
migration, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
These all tasks you can perform.
Hmm.
vMotion,
Hmm.
SVMotion,
Yeah.
hmm? These tasks we
Mhm.
can also manage. And apart from this, any kind of repository that you want to create for update
Hmm.
or upgrade
Hmm.
again shared storage come into the picture.
Okay.
You want to convert your machine from ESXi 7.0 to 8.0, migrate
Yeah.
the services from 7.0 to 8.0.
Yeah.
Again, it is come into
Mhm.
the picture.
Okay. And how about SRM?
Recovery you're talking about?
Yeah. Yeah. SRM.
Yeah, definitely. We have option to manage the SRM services as well.
Okay. Okay.
Clear?
Yeah.
Done. So let's talk more about it. This is the structure means that you need to establish, and I hope you have idea about how to install ESXi host. Do you know about the
Ah,
procedure how to install ESXi?
oh no, I haven't done that before.
Do you want to know about the how we can do that?
Yes, please.
Okay, so what I did, I
So
have
it's going
already
to be
clicked.
the same way, like how we install a VM, or is going to be anything different than that?
You're talking about like Windows based operating system, right?
Windows or
Windows
Linux?
8, Windows 10, or Windows Server operating system.
Yeah. Yeah. Windows. Yeah.
No. So
Oh,
bit different because the domain, the ESXi host, right? The ESXi
mhm.
host is fully based on the Linux.
Linux. Okay. Yeah.
It's a
Okay.
fully based on Linux. Clear?
Mhm.
So the
Yeah.
procedure is also totally different.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Next. Um, Let me take the RDP of my workstation because uh, definitely you must need to use high configuration based machine
Mm.
to like perform all the tasks.
Okay.
Have you idea about VMware workstation, please?
Yeah, I have idea about VMware
Okay,
workstation.
good, good. So VMware workstation is a type of hypervisor type 1, no,
Mm-hmm.
hypervisor type 2,
Tip two. Yeah.
which is also considered as a hosted virtualization.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the hosted virtualization, it will create on layer, right?
Mm.
It will
Yeah.
you can set up your virtual machine on second layer.
Okay.
This is my VMware workstation. Sorry,
Okay.
this is my workstation machine. The
Mm-hmm.
server that I established with 32 GB of RAM,
Okay.
512 SSD, 1 TB of HDD, and Core i5, I think, processor.
Mm-hmm.
This is VMware workstation, and I'm going to use this VMware workstation to create a new ESXi host.
Okay.
I have already downloaded all the softwares that required
Mm-hmm.
software
Mm-hmm.
and vSphere,
Mm-hmm.
ESXi 8.0, vCenter Server 8.0, VMware Workstation.
Okay.
This is the ISO image. So which
Okay.
version you want to like know about? Like do you want to start with 7.0 or 8.0?
I would like to go with 8.0.
The latest version. Fine.
Yeah, because right now, whatever we are having in the environment is 7.0, and we are facing too many issues with the
Hmm, hmm,
um,
hmm.
because it is already old, right? So it is like the compatibility issues are more. It's more of compatibility things.
Got it. Okay, so let me proceed and install the ESXi 8.0.
Mhm. And also, as a part of this course, would you be sharing this software as well or no?
Definitely. I'm just going to upload on like Google Drive and send you the
Mhm.
entire ISO image that required to set up our environment.
Okay, yeah. So I thought like I
Hmm,
can maybe set up a lab, if not a system, or at least a lab from Amazon or something, and then install it there and try doing that, playing around during the week, right? So,
good,
okay, if
good,
not,
good.
yeah.
Hmm. So, so let me show you the procedure how we can install ESXi 8.0, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I have already installed VMware Workstation 7.0 with license key, means it is applicable for permanent. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just going to click on file, simple by basic step that you already used to set up your Windows based machine.
Yeah.
So let me provide the ISO location of ISO that we establish in software folder, go to the vSphere and 8.0. Open. Next.
Mhm.
You also need to use VMware ESXi.
Mhm.
ESXi host 2. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to put it in my location because I connected both the drives. So definitely I'm going to use the space from uh, SSD. It will give
Mhm.
you like high data transaction speed,
Mhm.
not much, 80 gig of storage enough to install, and configuration. Definitely I'm going to provide minimum 12 gig of RAM. Hmm?
Mhm.
Two different option available: adapter,
Mhm.
bridge connection, and NAT. So I don't want to put it into the NAT. Let me
Mhm.
proceed with bridge. So what happened with bridge?
Mhm.
It will directly get the access of IP address from the Wi-Fi router that I'm currently using.
Okay, if you use natting means then it has to be I have to get a IP address from the maybe if I'm doing it in the environment, then I have to get the IP addresses from the um, network teams to use that, right?
Or we have a both option. In starting, we are going to use default IP address that provided by
Mm-hmm.
DSCP, and once we create multiple virtual machine in ESXi host,
Mm-hmm.
then we'll also create our own IP address range, like a private IP address range we are going to provide manually.
Manually, okay.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
So close it, finish it, and turn on it.
Okay.
I'm going to turn on it, and it will boot from our. It will boot our machine from. You can say that from.
From the drive
Uh,
that you, yeah, okay.
yeah.
What is that you selected? You unselected that one. Okay.
Yeah, this is actually virtualization compatibility.
Okay.
The
Mm-hmm.
processor that I am currently using, just uncheck and turn on it. Okay. Booting started.
Okay.
It will hardly take 5 to 7 minutes to install our ESXi host, and then we'll proceed to understand about the procedure, understand the method how to get the access of GUI.
Okay.
In progress, it is trying to calculate the all required files.
Okay.
Enter to continue, right?
Okay.
And it will ask you, please proceed with two different options. Skip, do not accept the term and license.
Mm-hmm.
F11 to accept the term and license. So definitely I wanted to install it. So please proceed with F11.
Mm-hmm.
Eh, And next, maybe it will provide you option like the storage that we provided, 80 gig space that we provided to install
Mm-hmm.
ESXi host. Again, multiple option available. Skip to cancel, F1 to detail, F5 to refresh, and enter to continue. So I'm going to press enter. Default language, keyboard language that you want to provide for this particular ESXi, default
Mm-hmm.
English. And
Okay.
this is the panel where we can provide the password for our root
Root password. Okay.
that we'll use to access our virtual machine.
Mm-hmm.
Hit enter to continue. Hit enter F11. Final step, and now installation is started.
Okay.
And we know that our virtual machine setting available with the bridge connection,
Mm-hmm.
the router, the Wi-Fi that I'm using, this is my Wi-Fi connected.
Mm-hmm.
Wi-Fi router will provide one manual IP address to one dynamic IP address to this ESXi. And with the
Okay.
help of same IP address, we are going to take the GUI access.
Mm-hmm.
Enter to reboot and wait.
Okay.
Installation completed, waiting for the IP address, right?
Okay.
And we can also
Mhm.
configure manual IP address to our ESXi. But
Okay.
for now, we are going to proceed with the default IP address.
Mhm.
192.168.1.15. This is the IP address that provided by our DSCP server, not
Mhm.
server, DSCP provider. Correct?
Okay. Yeah. So if we enter F2 here, so there we can customize the IP address and all that. That is how it
Yeah.
is.
The panel that you are able to find, this is considered as a DCUI
Mhm.
panel. Hmm?
Okay. Okay.
Direct console user interface. Direct console user interface.
Okay.
Where we can manage lots of things.
Mhm.
If you press F2
Mhm.
and provide the password for your root account,
Mhm.
it will redirect us on page of configuration. Lots of
Oh,
options. Configure
okay.
management network, restore restart management network, test network management, network restore option, configure
Okay.
keyboard setting, troubleshooting options. So multiple options are available.
Okay.
In network management, you can configure your own VLAN,
Okay.
virtual LAN you can set up,
Mm-hmm.
and IPv6 and IPv4, both the options are available that we can use to configure
Okay.
IPv4, and this is the page. Currently,
Oh,
the status, the setting that we are using, which is dynamic, I think, right?
okay. Dynamic. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because DSCP
Yeah.
is responsible to provide the
Pick up an ad
access. Mm.
access. Yeah. Okay.
And if
Okay.
you want to change it, please drop down and hit a space bar. And now you
Mm-hmm.
can configure manually.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I want to see this option because, in real time, we don't use the DHCP. More, it'll be like, the IP address will be picked up by a network team, allotted by a network team, and the network mask, hubnet mask, and default gateways and all that, right? So, yeah, for that reason, I want to see this. Okay.
Hmm. Okay, so I'm not going to make any changes right now. Firstly, we just need to identify, right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
let me take the access of GUI,
Mm-hmm.
open any browser,
Mm-hmm.
and hit same IP address 15, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Advanced,
Mm-hmm.
proceed to unsafe. Username and password, root, and provide password.
Mm-hmm.
It will give you complete detail. It will provide you complete detail of your hardware,
Okay.
CPU, RAM, memory, storage, host name, IP address, DNS configuration, gateway
Mm-hmm.
address. It will provide you the complete details.
Complete details. Okay.
Now, apart from this, multiple
Mm-hmm.
options are available: management, monitor,
Mm-hmm.
virtual machine, storage, and
Okay.
networking.
Networking.
We are able to find five components, right? We are able to find five components in our ESXi environment, in the ESXi infrastructure.
Okay.
So as VMware administrator, right?
Mm-hmm.
As a VMware administrator, uh, we are responsible to know each and every point that are available.
Oh, okay.
So our responsibility, we need to take care all the things.
Yeah.
So we are going to discuss all the point one by one.
Okay.
Fine.
Yeah.
Okay. I just got a message from Vishwanath. Like I think due to weekend, he's busy with some family, not family activity. Like he's busy with his family.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Fine, no problem. So we are going to continue.
Yeah.
Can we take just a small break, 10-minute break, and then resume again?
Yeah. Sure. No problem. We can do that. Yes.
Thank you. We are
Yeah.
going
No
to
problem.
connect in next 10 minutes. Yeah.
10 minutes. Yeah. I'll be on mute. But I'll be away as well. I'll join in 10 minutes too.
Yeah, yeah, please.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, Binay, can you hear me?
I'm back now.
Yeah, fine. So identification of our ESXi host in format of GUI. Whenever we access our ESXi host with the help of web browser, right, web client, we
Mm-hmm.
are able to find multiple options.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Host that will provide you the complete information about your hardware,
Mm-hmm.
storage, networking,
Mm-hmm.
and the model number of our resource. Currently, we are using a VMware workstation, so that is why we are not able to find the model number of device.
Mm-hmm.
But in case of if you are going to use any kind of brand, you are going to proceed install your ESXi on Dell server or HP
Or the
server, so it will give
HP.
you the complete information, right?
Yeah, about the manufacturer and all that. Yeah, I
In the
understand. Yeah,
manufacturing, right?
yeah.
And next about the CPU that available in our base machine, number of
Mm-hmm.
the capacity of memory,
Mm-hmm.
flash memory, networking, local host, local domain,
Mm-hmm.
and the gateway and IP address. So you can
Okay.
find the information on this particular page. We can also use this page for the monitoring purpose, right? To monitor the
Mm-hmm.
utilization of CPU and memory.
Mm-hmm.
Next. A number of options are available. Get vCenter server. You can directly install vCenter server by using this particular option.
Mm-hmm.
Create virtual machine or register virtual machine. Shut down your computer, restart your machine, and refresh the page.
Okay.
As it is in Accent mode, we are able to
Mm-hmm.
find host detail about the create virtual machine, shutdown, restart, services.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this is the shortcut method that you can use to enable and disable the services.
Okay.
Enable secure cell mean SSH. You can activate the SSH,
Mm-hmm.
and you can also manage the right enable the ESXi cell as well.
Okay.
That will help you to access our ESXi host with the help of PuTTY terminal. With the help of CLI,
Put
you
it
can
in
manage.
CLI. Yeah. Yeah.
Maintenance mode, right? This is
Mm-hmm.
maintenance mode. If you are going to perform few tasks, let me give you an example. Like you are trying to upgrade your ESXi from
Yeah.
ESXi to
Yeah.
8.0. So we must need to put our machine as a ESXi as a
Yeah.
maintenance mode and then
Mm-hmm.
begin, right?
So
Not
they also use called a term called remediate, right? So what is
no.
a remediate? So
No.
remediate and upgrade both are same or is going to be different?
No. Remediation is a type of service that helps us in case of upgrading or updating our.
Okay.
Remediation will give you the path. Where is your
Mm-hmm.
update? Where is your
Okay.
ISO?
ISO. Okay. Mm-hmm. So
Okay,
it will
like
direct to. So it will give us an option to select an ISO image or a patch, or if you are upgrade,
yep, yep.
if yeah, okay, updating or upgrading to latest version or updating a patches or for all that we select an option called remediate and then we go to okay, we select that and we remediate it to the latest version or whatever it is. Okay, I
You
get you.
need to you need to fulfill the prerequisite, right? You need to
No.
fulfill the prerequisite for upgrade or update, and
Mm-hmm.
then proceed for the remediation.
Remediation. Okay. Okay.
Hmm? Then
Mhm.
remediate it.
Okay, okay, get you. I got you on this.
The another part, lockdown mode, right? In the
Mhm,
lockdown mode, three different
mhm,
options are available. Exit
mhm,
lockdown mode, enter
mhm,
strict lockdown mode, and enter normal lockdown mode. What do you
mhm.
understand about the lockdown mode?
So during the lockdown mode, we are um, you're not allowed. So all the users are not allowed to permit any actions on this. Um, those kind of restrictions that you would decide what kind of a level of things that you need to do, and only certain users can access and certain activities can only be performed on the ESXi host, all this kind of things, right? That's what I understand.
Any other point that you want to add?
During the lockdown mode, it is still available for production, but it is not available. It is simply that we can't perform any actions on this.
Hmm,
That's what I can think of.
clear. The lockdown mode, which is definitely it will help us to like lock your ESXi host
Yeah,
for the specific task.
yeah,
You don't want to like make any changes with the ESXi, then
yeah.
I think we can proceed with this particular option.
Okay, okay. So it's saying that, if the versions are so and so, systems has so and so version restrictions, then we go to the ESXi host and we lock down. Yeah, for the
Correct.
compatibility issues and all that, right? Yeah, I get you.
Right.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Next, another part, that permissions, right? Under
Yeah.
the permission, so we have a
Mhm.
two different way to manage
Mhm.
local user and domain. Why domain is important? Right? Why domain is important? So definitely,
Mhm.
the ADDS machine that we are going to establish to control the each and every part of our ESS.
Mhm.
The user we need to create in our domain controller, and
Mhm.
same user will be applicable, right? Same
Yeah,
user will be applicable to manage your ESXi. Like
yeah.
for example, you created one user with name of ABC, and you are going to use same user to log in your ESXi.
Mm.
You can,
Okay.
and apart from this, then we are going to discuss each and everything. Just trying to help you because we need
Mhm.
to continue with both guys because he's also a
Mhm.
working professional and he know about
Yeah.
virtualization. So definitely he will ask more questions. So that will help to everyone.
Okay.
Generate
Yes.
support bundle and
Yeah.
permission and SSH console that will
Mhm.
immediately redirect you on the SSH page,
Okay.
or you can say that it will directly connect to your 2022 ports. Correct?
22 port. Okay. Mhm.
But you must need to activate it. The port you must need to enable.
Okay.
Connecting,
Enable the port.
refuse connection because your SSH is disabled.
Still closed.
That's why
Yeah.
you are not able to connect it. If I'm going to
Correct.
turn on, go to the accept, and here we just need
Services.
to go
Services.
services, activate. Hmm?
Mhm.
Let me try again. Connect. Definitely, I wanted to connect it. Your user ID password, right? The
Mhm.
password that we provided. Now you are on the page of our. This is your panel, and that we access through the root account. See, means you have a
Mhm.
full rights,
All right. It's
and
okay.
you can manage anything.
Anything. Yeah.
All the informations are available related to the
All the files are,
storage,
these are all the files. Okay.
right?
Let's, okay.
So
Yeah.
like application or drivers that you install,
Mhm.
SBIN available,
Mhm.
LIB available, TEV available means hard drive,
Hard drive.
user
Yeah.
available, right?
Yeah. Hard disk. Okay. VM images, VMFS. Okay.
It will show you the default share user means if you don't have access of OT, you can
Mhm.
access it directly with the help of this particular option. Hmm?
Okay. SSH option. Okay. Secure shell. Okay. Yeah. I get you on this. Yeah.
So these all point we are going to discuss right in our training. We are going to discuss all the things.
Okay.
Manage also contain lots of information. System, advanced setting, auto start, swap, timing management, hardware
Mm-hmm.
management, licensing outcome that we also need to manage, packages, services, and securities.
Okay.
All done.
Yeah.
So we are going to start from virtual machine management, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We are going to start from the virtual machines management. In the virtual
Yeah.
machines management, lots of
Mm-hmm.
activity that we need to perform, like how many methods we have to create virtual machine,
Yeah.
options which are available in the virtual machines properties, and
Okay.
how we can modify, how we can troubleshoot it. These all topics that we are going to cover,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Fine. So this is fresh topic that we need to start. So can we do it for next week? Because we also need to like continue with the vision now.
Okay.
And
Sure. Sure.
I'll share you the recording of last class and
Yeah.
today's session. So then,
Sure. No problem. Yeah.
thank you.
And also Manjit, right? So your name.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Manjit. So I want to ask, the so um, before we close the session, I have